What do we have here? It's pretty obvious by the title name. I don't know why I'm doing this. A Barbour dog harness. Oh, look how cute that is. There we have one Barbour dog harness.
Can it fit in?
He's massive, isn't he?
Oh god, that bit goes around your wrist, is it?
Nah, that bit attaches to the lead. Oh, it's very sturdy, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm gonna get my Barbour jacket out. Is that big enough for him? He's massive. I mean, he's 10 weeks, but he's huge.
It's a large.
It's a large. That'll fit him. That'll fit him, don't you worry. And then there's the lead. I must get my tweed jacket out when I walk him and pretend I went to Eton.
Our dog has got a Barbour harness. You couldn't just have a normal harness.
No, of course not. It's like, it's your price, but it's not my best mate now, do you know what I mean? Instant connection when I went to go and see him yesterday. Instant connection. I need a dog in my life. This second lockdown's really fucking with my head as well. I'm like, I can't, every morning I wake up, it's a struggle. You notice that? I'm in bed a lot.
Yeah, you are. You're a sloth.
It's hard, man. It's really getting to me. I think it's the unknown that's causing this distress and this constant drip feed of, oh, the lockdown may be extended. Oh, we're gonna have 5 days break. Like what? In what? Imagine a disease so severe that we'd allow 5 days over Christmas to infect all our elderly. Anyway, I'm hoping that the meeting on Monday, the 23rd of November, goes in our favour and is successful. They've got an hour-and-a-half slot with Parliament to discuss leisure centres and gyms opening, because the petition that everyone signed has reached about 610,000, which is absolutely fantastic. Nick's trying to get to 1 million, but it's done enough to get there, which is phenomenal news, so well done, people. What's happening, people? There's another clue in the back, look. A dog cage. Currently on the way to the shed for the final session of the week. We've got Lower. Had 2 very good sessions at the facility. Up in an undisclosed location. Did have a proper bad day yesterday though, like my head, you know, on these lockdown days, my head goes a little bit. I'm back into that trap of buying things for, can you see that? I'm back into the trap of buying things for an endorphin release that I don't really need. That, along with taking too much pre-workout. I've done a full scoop of pre-workout just so I can feel something, so I can feel some stimulation. But last week 180 key for 6 on the RDL. This week we'll try and push up a little bit. Got the bands with me for the leg press this week, so some added resistance there. Went to pick up the old plates from the shed. Origin, 20 kilo. The ones that where are they? These feel like 25. These like metal, clanky metal. You know what I'm talking about? They feel so heavy. But the warm-ups on this RDL feel really good today. Once I've kind of mastered that particular movement, I can progress quite well on it. It usually takes me quite a few weeks to get everything okay and to kind of iron out the fatigue issues when having program like an RDL or a deadlift in. But we are given set rep schemes, so like 1 set 5 to 8, 1 set 8 to 10. So if we were to hit a set on the lower end, that rep scheme, say like 200 key for 6, ideally the following week we're trying to look to push that rep scheme up a little bit. Once we've capped it at the top end, then we kind of go back down and increase load. For this particular movement, my sort of primary concern is just getting strong as fuck. So I'm quite happy kind of lingering around that lower end of the rep scheme as long as I'm progressing load on the bar each week. So 180 for 6 last week. This week we'll try and push load a little higher. He doesn't have 2.5 key plates, so it'll have to be a case of jumping up by 10, so 5 aside. But we've got 180 on the bar now. We'll see how that goes for a warm up and then look to go top set. Hey. Solomon, theatre interdérange. Feels okay. 180 for, well, 1, feels okay, warm up. Ideally like to go up by 5, 2.5 aside, but we don't have that ability unless we like get funky with a dumbbell and a band. But being forced into progressive overload through lack of plates is fine by me. Good set. Very good set. Sorry, I'm out of breath. 103.8 key this morning. I'm feeling heavy at the moment. It's the heaviest I've ever been, which is good. But we'll go for that 200 key for 6 next week, and we'd have matched what we did in the last training block. So if you imagine from weeks 1 to 12 in phase 1, we went from 140 to 200, had that deload, dropped a little bit of strength because I had a week off, and then I had a week off RDLing because we didn't have a gym available. So once we hit that 200 key for 6 next week, we've then got like an 11-week runway to progress even further. But it's hard, like even with all this load, 1 to 50 key dumbbells, plenty of plates, psychologically taking it to that area it needs to be, that you need to go to lift and to progressively overload, without the likes of Josh and Joe screaming and slapping you in the environment of muscle works at Crayford, it's hard. You know, driving here, knowing that I'm going to lift in a cold shed with no one around me is tricky. Then you have to start telling yourself why you're doing it. You know, we've got a very big year next year, and I think those that watch the channel will agree with me in the sense that I've never really taken preps seriously. I've kind of done them for the wrong reasons, and whether that's looking good in IB for or just using it as business. Mentally, this time round is so massively different. You know, having Cal from the very beginning of this off season, and he'll take me through to the shows next year. I'm in a whole different realm. You know, shit happened last year in life, and I think that kind of it all snowballed into one. We're all back on track now with a much kind of cleaner head, and with the envision of doing well next year on stage, you know, and progression has been good already. I put some pictures on the screen now. Legs look a whole lot better compared to the Body Power show, but we still have a lot of work to do to place respectfully in a show. But another 12 weeks, battering the legs, I think we'll be at that position. And going back to that sort of psychology of lifting, I tell myself I don't want to be like Tom the YouTuber next year. I want to be Tom the bodybuilder and actually have a physique that we are all proud of on stage. So the battery light's flashing now, so I'm going to go and do a back off. Last week 160 for 10, I'll try and get 170 for 10 now. It's doggy day. It's doggy day. Time to go and get the little bastard. Got his jacket, got his bed. Let's go. One dog acquired. We're going to Pets at Home, so we can choose a couple of toys. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Gunnar. Gunnar Cycles. Gunnar. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Good morning. This is danger time to buy yourself things. You know, every time I say, "Oh, I need this," and Elle goes, "Is Christmas coming?" But this we discussed. I'm just going to get them for myself. So going into next year, I want to become a bit more, tap into my kind of graphic design. Not that I'm a graphic designer, but I want to tap into that side of things more when it comes down to social media content. So I got myself an iPad Air. Gigi was like, the iPad Pro is good, but for what I want to do, I just think like I don't really require the Pro, and it was a good decision because I'm the sort of person that needs the top tier thing, even though I only require like the mid to low. So I've made a good executive decision to go, I'm not going to get the Pro because I don't really need it. You know, it's like the Canon. I thought I need the R5. I don't need the R5. The R6 will do me fine, and it is doing us fine. So I got the iPad Air. iPad Air 64 gig, 4th generation, just the Wi-Fi one in space grey, and I got the pen with it, so I can start drawing stuff and just have it just have it on the side, you know, because I write notes for future members' videos and things like that. 2 days time. Why do people wear masks in the car? 2 days time I'll be doing this exact journey, but I'll be doing a left to Crayford. Get that Crayford's gym smell hit me. I miss it. But if you follow my Instagram, it's TM Cycles, all one word. I have been shadow banned because I've apparently posted some content on my stories that's been offensive, or I don't know, I think actually someone's reporting me. So if you want to follow me, you've got to type in TM Cycles, all one word. But I did a post yesterday about how to transition back into the gym if you are training at home with particularly low load and not much equipment. Psychologically, I'm kind of starting from today. So this morning session is chest, shoulders and arms, so like a push and arms. Going to pretty much map out the same sort of exercise selection and volume that I would be in Crayford. Tomorrow I'm going to have off. I could go into the shed tomorrow, but then it would mean me resting on Wednesday, and gyms are reopening on Wednesday, so I want to get in and get cracking there, jump back on the pendulum. And Joe is back from Dubai on Saturday, so on Monday the BBC should all be reunited, because I'm very much missing out. You know, I'm missing the two training partners, the level of intensity. I've kind of gone from up here with my training down to here, so scratching to get back. Final session in the shed. So as mentioned, today's session is push and arms. In terms of volume spread out between delts, chest and biceps and triceps, we've got 6 sets for chest, 4 for shoulders, and we have 3 by 3 tri. So we'll just distribute that volume over the equipment that we've got. So in terms of flies, we can always, or we can kind of swap out what we would be doing on the cable for some dumbbell flies, so 2 sets there, which leaves us 4 sets for pressing. So I'll probably do like an incline barbell and a flat dumbbell, and then the work that I have for my delts in this session are all lateral raises, so no pressing movement. So we've got 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 sets of seated dumbbell, and then what we can do is put the bench on a slight incline, chest support that and go nice and high with the dumbbell, lateral raises, and then with the biceps and triceps, just 1 exercise. So for exercise selection, in terms of what I'll do for biceps, what I find the best that connects best is just a preacher, it's a single arm dumbbell preacher, bench on a slight incline. And then for triceps, we've got the EZ bar, so I'm going to go through some skull crushers, and then that'll be the session done, tomorrow off. And then back in on Wednesday. Boy, I'm excited. 2 sets of flies done. It was programmed clavicular, so slightly higher on the bench. We've got an incline press, then we'll go into a flat. I didn't get any, or I haven't got any numbers, bar 1 session on the logbook from the incline hammer that will be progressing throughout this training block. So it's not too much of a concern going back to Crayford next week and worrying that we've lost a lot of strength, because we only had 2 sessions, 1 push and one legs with Chloe on the Tuesday, went straight into lockdown. I came off the back of a deload into 2 sessions. So as of next Monday or as of Wednesday when I go back in, we can start progressing again. It's not as if we had lockdown midway through a training block. So psychologically, I'm not too concerned when I go back, because whatever numbers I hit next Monday or on Wednesday will just be progressed higher and higher when we go back. So it kind of landed in an okay-ish kind of area. And then in terms of progressing movements, here and in the facilities, it was just a case of logbooking. So, you know. Do you know what I mean? 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 Hey! 2 sets, incline done, 100 key warm-up felt good, so we just played it safe, beat reps from the upper session A, which I think I filmed this. I'm gonna go into a flat press now. Might take the 50s for a run. They're very heavy. I was doing RDLs with them. I find like these sort of style dumbbells feel heavier than the rubber ones. It's like the plates, all the plates in here feel like. I bought the 4 bigger 20 key plates from the shed that I was training in here. So the RDLs last week felt a lot better actually, because the first week 180 key with those metal plates felt like 200. So we'll go We'll take the 50s for a run today, see how we get on. I think the rep schemes are 5 to 8. No, 8 to 10. One set 8 to 10, one set 12 to 15. Incline presses, one set 5 to 8, one set 8 to 12. Oh yes! Number 1. Drive it! Ooh! Ooh! Oh yes! Oh! 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 Yes, yes, yes. Let's get 12, Tommy boy. Oh yes, easy. Oh, yes. Up. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh, let's go 15 then. Oh. 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 Oh, maybe not 15. Let's go 12. One more. Oh. Yeah. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do when you're training alone. Just talk shit. I haven't taken the flat dumbbells for a run in a long time. So 50 for 8, and I think it was 40 for 12, maybe a little bit less. But in terms of the delt work for this session, it's cable cuff. So we obviously don't have that ability here. And in order to try and mimic that, what we'll do is we'll do a superset between 2 lateral movement exercises. So we'll do the seated dumbbell where we can get the tension in that sort of lengthen to mid. We'll incline the bench, drop the load right down so we can get into that shortened position. And in terms of the rep scheme, it would have been cable seated cuff, crucifix, one set 6 to 8, one set 10 to 14. Standing cable cuff lateral raise, one set 8 to 10, one set 12 to 15. So what we'll do is we'll do seated, one set 6 to 8, one set 8 to 10, then seated, one set 10 to 14, one set 12 to 15. And that way we've got the same sort of volume going for the delts as we would if we were training at Crayford. I can't find the pad. Now onto some arms. For the large majority of people training at home, because of the limited equipment and kit, in order to target areas like the chest and the shoulders, they'll be incorporating a lot of pressing movements. When you come onto your arms, you can generally feel quite fatigued in the delts, especially when you're doing some sort of standing EZ bar curls or alternating dumbbell curls. So at the back end of a session, when you are targeting your arms, we really want to isolate the bicep and tricep as much as possible and kind of take out any front deltoid work. So I've got a bench, which is nice for me. Those that don't have a bench and that have a bar, you can always wrap a towel or a pad round, support the back of the tricep, the top of the tricep here, and go into some form of curl. I really like quite a steep curl. I find you can get a real nice range of motion compared to sometimes where an incline is a little bit kind of just sort of stops there. Again, we can get creative and just use your, if you've got a bench or a chair, you can again just use your leg, go old school Arnie. So what we'll do is we'll do 3 sets of preacher curls, and then we'll go on to some tricep work. You're a natural. You've got the job. You've got the job. You got the job.
Come here then, monkey.
Ready for walkies? Huh? 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 He's got a lot bigger, I think. In the space of a week, we weighed him again, 9.2 key. He's gained 2 key in 1 week. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Go get mummy. Hey, sorry there's not been much pup dates. I know the title was We Got a Dog and you've only seen a few minutes of him, but I'll ensure to drip feed him throughout the upcoming vlogs. Not gonna lie, very stressful when we first got him. Me and Elle looked at each other like, what have we done here? Have we made the right decision? But persevere, have patience, it is the best decision. He's my little dude, I love him very much. It's like every morning you wake up, it's like Christmas. I say, El, stay upstairs because I like having my 20 minutes with him. Nice little bond. But just a few tips for pup. Not that I'm a dog trainer. My mate Jordan Juniper is. He owns Demon Canine on Instagram. Follow him. He's a good lad. But the sleep was cool. The zoomies that he had between 7 and 9 was wild. Like, we were trying to make dinner, he was biting, and you know, we understand that he's teething, so having things like frozen carrots, the frozen Kong with peanut butter and kept him occupied for ages. I had a plastic bottle, put some of his treats in, stabbed the bottle, and the smell was getting him going. But just every time that he goes for you, ow, ow, just Michael Jackson mode on, and he kind of, you know, a couple of times at the very beginning he'd bite me and I'd actually like full on, like, because I'm like well good at acting, my dad's an actor, I proper like and he was like oh no, what have I done? So yeah, he's not going for ankles anymore. Every time he does bite, you just kind of replace it with a toy, and he's cool. Get that routine in. Once you've got the routine nailed, once you understand that they sleep for 18 to 20 hours, so there's only sort of 4 or so hours that you've got to take them for a walk or keep them active, life gets a lot easier. But any more tips, El? Got the frozen, the treats, the patience. I mean, he was quite tentative when we started to walk him. So we just put the collar and the lead inside the house, and from one end to the other, El would have a little treat. He'd walk to us. Then we kind of transitioned from that to outside. And by day 3, he's pulling me along the street. He's brilliant. Take him off the lead over the park over there, and he's brilliant. But yeah.
It's a bit like prep, but with an imposter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I felt it was weird because when I first met him, I loved him. I was like, oh my god, and then I started getting these feelings like, oh my god, there's someone in my house. Like, it's an intruder. I don't like it. I'm a man of like my own space, but you still get that, for crying out loud. Like, you just have to say to yourself, it's a dog. Just stop being so pathetic. But yeah, incredible. Love the little guy. He's I think he's just about over 13 weeks. He's come up to 13 weeks. But we're out on Saturday. We're giving the dog to El's mate so we can have a date night, which is I'm weirdly excited about because lockdown's happened. And it'll be a little Christmassy. Maybe that'll be like one of the first Christmas vlogs. Why not? I've already had Conor Donnell's playlist on today. Magnificent. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get a Nando's because tomorrow we're back. The gym's reopen. My mental health has improved tenfold after hearing that news. I can't wait. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic training session tomorrow. Go easy. Don't fuck yourself. And I'll see you very soon. You stay safe. Thank you, good night. Much love.
Ich bin im tiefen Rot.